What's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be going over, well, probably the most silliest purchase I've made so far on Newegg, the ASIAHORSE GPU cooler. So basically, these things are used for if you have a single fan GPU, it's getting really, really hot in your case, and there's no possible way you could like add more fans or, have better airflow or any of that kind of stuff, or the cooler on the GPU is just crap. People, some reason, they get these. So basically you put it in your case and it pulls air up and pushes it onto your GPU fan and like over the shroud and everything like that. So it makes it cooler and whatnot. I mean, this is only like 25 bucks. So I figured it would be something silly that I could try. And I do have, right now I'm using a temporary card, the 1650 Super, and it gets pretty hot. It's a single fan card. Only pulls like 100 watts, so it's not like high power or anything. But it sits while gaming at about 70 C, which is kind of toasty. So let's see if it works. Let's get to the unboxing part of this video. So this is the cooler box. Not very heavy, The packaging was also kind of like, I don't know if you could tell from looking at this, it's very like kind of ruffled or whatever. Not really expecting too much from this. Let me just get the packaging, well, the like little sticker thing off. If it will come off. It's being a little bit tight. There we go. All right. So here we go, standard packaging, flimsy foam stuff that we'll throw over there. And here we have the ASIAHORSE GPU cooler. Should note that it says it gets up, at least on the website, it says it gets up to like 150 RPM. Oh, not 150 RPM, I'm sorry. 1800 RPM. It could be 1700, I'm not really sure by glancing at it. I'll have some stuff up on the screen so you guys can see, but it's like around that RPM. These are 92 millimeter fans, triple fan design. Let's see what we got here. So, oops, a little bit wonky. You got your, wiring that we got to use to plug into the motherboard. So here it is. They got the ASIAHORSE logo on each fan. This seems to be metal or aluminum or something. I believe this white strip, this is RGB. And it has like its own like sync. Like one of these headers is like a RGB header and you like sync it to your whatever motherboard, It's pretty sturdy. I mean, fans spin, nothing's out of the ordinary. Yeah, not bad. Can't really say too much about it. See what else you get in the packaging. You get, of course, screws. They used to, because this screws into your, how do I explain it? Isn't it like your PCIe? It doesn't plug into your PCIe slots, because that would be ridiculous, but it plugs into your, the slot that, I can't remember the name. The slot that connects to the case, basically. Like, you slot it in. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it connects to that. And here's the bracket for that. You just kind of just slide it in, and it holds it, I believe, in place. And you just bolt it in. So, I am going to have, there's going to be, actual performance metrics in this video. I'm going to have before, after I plug it in. We're gonna be using Halo Infinite for our unfortunate test, and we'll see if this thing actually does anything after I get it plugged up. So hopefully, guys, you know. Okay, here we go. I have the GPU fan cooler. It is installed right now. It was a little bit of work to get it actually in place, since I didn't want to take out my whole like PC and everything. But we got it. I mean, we got it lighting up and everything. All fans are spinning, so that's a good sign. No like problems here. I'm gonna put my hand, not in the case, but I want to kind of put it in between everything, just to kind of see the airflow. It is doing its thing. It's pushing air. All that I can say is there is some sag going on, like towards the end where the letters are, the ASIAHORSE. It like sags down a little bit. I thought it would be a little bit more secure, but since it's not in a PCIe slot, it's just in the bracket over there. If you can see that, let me kind of zoom in a little bit. You can see the bracket. That's where it's hanging off of. So that's kind of like an update recap. And cable management's kind of whatever going on in this case. I don't really mind that too much. But next will be the performance, and I'll see you in a minute.
Captured Bravo. The enemy has captured Charlie. Overshield inbound.
Nearing victory.
Field inbound. Overshield available. Active camo inbound. Our ammo reserves are low.
Nearing victory.
Active camo available.
Friends.
Got multiple targets.
Alright guys, what's going on? I'm back. Hopefully the statistics and the fan curves and everything and all the stuff on the screen help portray what's going on with this thing. So overall, the only reason why you should probably go out and do this is if your fans are really, really loud and your GPU is getting ridiculously hot and you don't mind losing a PCIe slot because it takes up that spot. So hopefully you're not going to put anything down there, because otherwise you'll have to take everything out and then like readjust it, and that's kind of a pain. So, you know, probably a safe bet just not getting one of these silly things. At most it reduced temp by maybe 4C, maybe, you know, I mean, you can see it here in the gameplay. Also, I probably should have mentioned, I'm playing at 1440p for Halo Infinite. I'm just reduced the quality settings all the way down so it can, you know, work. But it is getting like, you know, maxed out on all the stats and everything. The GPU's working real hard. So I put it through a pretty gruesome sort of real world kind of gameplay test, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, best case scenario, if you're okay with losing some PCIe, a PCIe slot, and then, you know, whatever else that would go down there in those slots, because there's other slots besides PCIe under your, you know, top PCIe or whatever it is. If you're not going to use those connectors anyway, or not going to put anything down there, that, you know, could be a GPU, could be capture card or whatever. Best case, you gain maybe minus 𝗕𝘂 on your GPU, depending on the cooler, and maybe even less than that. My cooler is kind of bad on this 1650 Super, so I saw a pretty, you know, tangible difference from running it the way I did. And you gain some more airflow or whatever, but you probably shouldn't do it. Subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. May my $25 be put to rest. Have a good one.